Today I'm showing you how to do a classic ballet bun. So let's start with what we need. First of all, we need elastics. These ones are great. Make sure you have lots of them. Yes, I usually use 2 for one bun. They can't be these ones. Yeah. They also can't have any plastic or metal bits here because that can hurt. Also, this is too big. And it can't be these small elastic ones. Yeah, so these ones are great and make sure you have lots of them. Next, we need hair nets. Make sure they are the big ones. And they must match your hair exactly. Yeah, so if you have black hair, get the black ones. If you have blonde hair, get the blonde ones. I have brown hair, so I use the brown ones. Next thing we need are bun pins. So I have 2 kinds here. I have these long ones and these shorter ones. Both work. Some people also call them U pins, yeah, so they're in the shape of a U. If you have longer hair, you probably need the longer pins. If you have shorter hair, use the shorter pins. Make sure they match your hair color and make sure you have lots of them because these get lost really easily. Next thing we need are bobby pins, or some people call these flat pins. So these ones are flat. They must match your hair color. Also, we need lots of them because these always get lost as well. If they open up this way, we can't use them anymore. So they must be flat like this. The next thing you might need are barrettes. So if you have bangs or if you have layers or lots of baby hairs, sometimes these pins or these clips are useful. Make sure these match your hair color as well. These aren't needed 100%, but they can be helpful. The next thing that we need is a small spray bottle full of water. I got this one from Dollarama for really cheap. You also need hairspray. So this is very important. This is one of the last steps. So this one is extra firm hold. Make sure it's a strong hold. It doesn't have to come from an aerosol can. It can come from a plastic bottle, but make sure that you have hairspray. You also need gel. So be sure to get gel and not mousse and not like styling putty. It must be gel with a strong hold. You can get this from a drugstore, pretty cheap. Make sure it is a big bottle. You need lots of gel. If it's a small bottle, it will be gone in one hairstyle, yeah? We need lots of gel. Also, not the mascara looking ones that get rid of your wispies. It needs to be a really big bottle of gel. We're almost done. Now we need a comb. This one is my favorite. It is a fine tooth comb. Yeah, so these are close together and they're not big and separated. Yeah, it must be a fine tooth comb. What's really helpful about this one is this metal stick. I can use this to help me create different hairstyles. For the classic bun, you don't need this stick part. You can just have a regular comb, or if you can't find the one with the metal one, this works fine as well with the plastic stick. And then you also need just a regular everyday hairbrush. Okay, just a few tips before we start doing the bun. Make sure that you have dirty hair. Clean hair is really hard to work with. Also, those natural oils in your hair are really healthy for your hair, so I recommend washing your hair 2 to 3 times a week. And before you do a bun, make sure your hair is dirty because it's much easier to work with than clean hair. Next, especially before a performance, you want to make sure that you're wearing something like a sweater or a jacket that you can unzip. So you're not taking off a shirt or a sweater that's going over your head and then messing up your perfectly made bun. One more tip before we get started. When you're thinking about cutting your hair, make sure that you don't have many layers, and also bangs can be really tricky to work with. It is still possible to do a slick back bun with bangs, but it's much harder and takes way more time. So bangs can be tricky. So make sure you have minimal layers. Your hair also needs to be long enough to put it into a bun, But if it's too long, it can be really heavy, especially if you have really thick hair. So make sure it's not too short and you can't put it into a bun, and make sure that it's not too long and it's super heavy. Let's get started. First thing I do is I brush my hair, and I kind of brush it back so it's coming back this way so I don't have any lines or parts in my hair. And as you can see, my hair is dirty. It is Sunday, and the last time I washed my hair was Thursday night. Okay, next thing I do is I use my spray bottle and I get my hair wet. You never want your hair to be so wet like you freshly came out of the shower. Yeah, you just want it a little bit damp. Also, it doesn't matter to spray the ends, just the part that you want to be slicked back. From here, I do a really lazy ponytail. This ponytail doesn't matter at all. I'm just getting it back into what resembles a ponytail. And then from here, I take my gel. I use, I don't know, about that much. And I put it all over my hair. Always go back for more. And on the back of my head as well. It's okay if it gets into this hair. That's fine. Your hair should be glistening from the gel. I did a lazy ponytail because now I take it out, but the gel is still where I need it to be. And now I use my fine tooth comb, and this is when I make a very slick, very neat ponytail. Yeah, so no hairs are going in any direction but towards my ponytail. Now, the height of the ponytail should not be here on the back of your head. You want it to go in the direction of the top of your ears, which would be about here. The reason we do that is because, especially with a slicked back bun, if you look directly in the mirror, if your bun was or your ponytail and your bun was on the back of your head and you look straight into the mirror without doing this, then you wouldn't see your bun and you would probably look bald. So you want to go up the direction of the ears to about here on your head. Yeah, so it's pulling your face back, your skin really tight. It should hurt. Yeah, to about here. So when we do the bun, we would see the top of the bun if we look directly in the mirror, so it doesn't look like you're bald. This step can take a while, yeah, to get it perfect. Don't forget the back of your head. If you're doing this bun on somebody and they are complaining that it hurts, you are doing it correctly. Yeah, this ponytail should be really tight. Make sure the ponytail is in the middle of your head. Okay, when you put in your ponytail, use 2 elastics, especially if you have thick hair. If you have thinner hair, you can use 1 elastic. That is okay, because sometimes it gets quite bumpy at the ponytail. But I would suggest using 2 elastics to make it tighter. If one makes it really tight, then that's okay. This part is also really difficult to get that elastic around sometimes, but make sure your ponytail feels really tight and it feels like your skin is being pulled back. So if I look straight into the mirror, I don't quite see my ponytail, but it is going up this direction to be here, not at the back of my head. So when I do my bun, I will be able to see the top of my bun. To make the ponytail even tighter, or sometimes if there's bumps, you want to take the ponytail and pull it really tight, even tighter. Yeah. Now, if bumps arise, don't worry. We can use a comb, or if they're really big bumps, yeah, maybe redo your ponytail. But here we can slick back with my fine tooth comb even more. It's okay if you push those bumps close to the ponytail. That's fine because that's going to get hidden by the bun. Okay. So it's nice and slick. If you feel like you still need more gel, put it on at this step. Now it's time to start the bun. At this point, I would probably get my hairnet nice and spread out. Make sure it doesn't have any holes in it. Sometimes I just put it on my knee, yeah, so it stays nice and splayed out. Or you can put it on your hairspray bottle, wherever, as long as it's resting spread out. So how I do my bun, I spread my hair into like a waterfall all around my head. And then I find an opening. Usually there's probably one already happening. My opening is at the front here. So you want to press down in the middle while you're making the bun, but I just grab around this way, press down in the middle. Your head probably has to be down for the making the waterfall. And then now it doesn't matter, your head doesn't have to be back. And now you just wrap your hair all around, yeah? Now when you're coming around and it's getting thicker, you want to tuck the hair underneath. Oh, I lost some. There we go. You want to tuck the hair underneath. So this is happening. And now it's looks like a doorknob, but that's okay. From this point, I usually flatten it out just a little bit. It's less of a doorknob shape. Take your hairnet. Make sure that we don't want to see the edge of the hairnet. So that's going to come around the ponytail part. You should wrap the hairnet around 3 or 4 times. For me, I couldn't make it around, oh, I can make it around a 4th time. If not, you can take this extra and pull it tight. Don't leave this loose, yeah, because then we get this weird thing. Yeah, so make sure that it's tight and tucked underneath. And I don't see the edge of the hairnet at all. Before you start to put the pins in the bun, what I would do is if I feel like I need more gel, I can put more gel, or if you had bangs, yeah, or lots of baby hairs. At this step, I take a few of my bobby pins or my flat pins, and I pin back those wispy hairs. And what I do is I hide that bobby pin close to the ponytail. So when I do my bun, it's going to be hidden. That pin is going to be hidden underneath the bun. So you won't see those pins. Yeah, sometimes a lot of bumps happen back here. So just flatten them out and close to the ponytail so that you don't see those pins. Or you could use more gel as well. Or if you have bangs, lots of wispies, you can use your barrettes to pin back. So now I want to take my bun and I sort of squish it around and make sure that it's flat and also firm and a good round shape. Also, if by chance you do a ponytail and it's lopsided, let's say your ponytail's on this side of your head, you can maneuver your bun to be in the center of your head. Yeah? So there, it's nice and flat. So for your bun pins, these ones, maybe you can see, maybe you can't see, but they have a little plastic bulb on the end. If that plastic bulb is missing, it's just straight metal, and when you put the pin in, that can be kind of dangerous because you can scrape your scalp and really hurt your scalp. So you want to make sure that it has those plastic bulbs on the end. Same thing for bobby pins. They have that little plastic bulb. If that's missing, it's just straight metal and you can really damage your scalp. These pins don't have the bulb, but they're like rounded with plastic anyway. So it doesn't matter which pins you use. It depends on the day. Today I'm feeling these pins. Make sure that they're sturdy. Yeah, shouldn't be able to bend them very easily. They're nice and sturdy. So I usually start at the front. I do top, bottom, side to side. When you put pins in, they go in the edge, perpendicular to the head, so going straight into the head. You pull out just a little bit, just pull away from the center of the bun and push the pin in. Yeah, so I do one at the top to secure it there, one at the back. So pin goes down towards the scalp, pull out just a little bit and push in. And then I do one on the side, in, pull out, push, and then the other side. And I want to make sure that those bobby pins that I put in are going to be hidden underneath my bun. So again, you want this sort of shape, and already as I'm looking in the mirror, I can see the top of my bun, and I don't look completely bald. And then you just fill in the gaps. So this is where you would need many, many pins. Yeah, so you can't just use 4 pins. You need lots of pins to really secure your bun. So doesn't matter where you start or where you end, just as long as all the gaps are filled. My bun is done. I still have some stray hairs, so this is why we need the same color bobby pins as your hair color, because here I don't want to see the pins. They should sort of blend in with your hair. And at the back here, sometimes I get really bad wispies, so I would grab all my wispies together and put in a barrette, or you can use a bobby pin, doesn't matter. So just for every day, you don't have to use gel, you don't have to use hairspray. I need an extra pin right here. There we go. But for a performance, you definitely need hairspray. So cover your eyes and don't breathe in the vapors, but you need a lot of hairspray. This step is really important to get all those wispies in place. Yeah, spray your entire head, even your bun. There. You can never have enough hairspray. That is a classic ballet bun, slicked back. And again, I'm looking straight into the mirror. You can see the top of my bun, and I don't look bald. It's nice and slicked back. It's a hard bun. It's very flat. It's very round. There you go.